What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again. I am here to do my AEW's Fyter Fest Night 2 2021 predictions. Now, Fyter Fest Night 2 happens this Wednesday night, live on TNT from the Curtis Culwell Center in Garland, Texas. Now, this card for Night 2 of Fyter Fest this year, it is loaded and stacked from top to bottom. Now, as of right now, we have 4 big matches on the card with 2 big titles on the line. So I'm extremely excited to do my Fyter Fest Night 2 predictions for you guys this year, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record coming into Fyter Fest Night 2 this year after our last AEW event, which was Fyter Fest Night 1 last Wednesday night on TNT in Cedar Park, Texas, we went 5-1. So our overall record coming in is 93-28-1. So we're coming in enormously hot when it comes to AEW pay-per-view predictions, because ever since AEW started, we have never had a losing record, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So hoping this video we will continue this amazing winning streak we are on right now when it comes to AEW pay-per-view predictions. We're on an unprecedented 15 pay-per-view winning streak, the longest winning streak we've ever had on the channel, and hoping this video we will extend the winning streak and make it win number 16. Woo! Hopefully. Now, this is the first video of a combined 5 video day on our channel today and this week, guys. So hope you guys will be able to watch this video and all the fantastic videos we'll be putting up on the channel in the month of July this year. It is the summer of Dangerously, folks, so show your support by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, and commenting your picks and your opinions in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, guys, as a first-time viewer and this is your first video, boy, pick to go in if you're a huge fan of All Elite Wrestling and being the elite like myself, and you're ready for Fyter Fest Night 2 from the Curtis Culwell Center in Garland, Texas, northeast of Dallas. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is just two. Whoop, whoop, again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these predictions. Now, if they do add any other matches to this card, I'll have them all in the comment section down below, but I'm going to do the 4 big matches that have already been determined. Let's start off with the first matchup. It is a one-on-one showdown on one side. He is representing the Hardy family office, and he'll be accompanied by his wife, the Bunny. He is one half of the Butcher and the Blade. He is the Blade. And his opponent will be accompanied by the Galaxy's favorite alien, Chris Statlander. He is the King of Sloth style, freshly squeezed himself, Orange Cassidy. Now, these two have been going back and forth lately on Dynamite, Dark, and Dark Elevation, and it all revolves around brass knucks, because the Blade has knocked out Orange Cassidy not once, but twice with brass knucks. So Orange Cassidy is looking to get some revenge here, and with Allie and Chris Statlander outside, those two women can definitely go at it. So coming from me, in this one-on-one showdown, I am going to go with the King of Sloth style, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy to get his revenge and defeat the Blade by any means. And now the next matchup. It is a one-on-one first ever meeting on one side. He is representing the Pinnacle, and he will be accompanied by a legendary 4 Horsemen member, Tully Blanchard, and he is the first obstacle in his opponent's trials. And if you know his music, making its theme debut on the channel, you'll know who I'm talking about. He is the chairman of AEW, Shawn Spears, and his opponent is the leader of the Inner Circle, and he is the only man in World Wrestling Federation history to defeat The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in the same night to become the first ever undisputed World Wrestling Federation champion. He is a record-setting 9-time WWE Intercontinental Champion. He is a former IWGP Intercontinental Champion as well, and he was the very first AEW World Champion. He is the highlight of the night, and he is the king of the world. He is the God of War, the Demogod himself, Chris Jericho. Now, starting off with Shawn Spears versus a big matchup for him, but he is the first roadblock in Chris Jericho's quest to get Maxwell Jacob Freeman MJF one-on-one. And the stipulation coming into this first trial in the Odyssey of Jericho is Shawn Spears can use his steel chair, being he is the chairman of AEW, but Chris Jericho cannot use his steel chair. So Shawn Spears is coming in with a huge advantage. There inside you have the God of War, Chris Jericho, looking to win this first match of 5 matches he has to win just to get a one-on-one opportunity against that ass clown Maxwell Jacob Freeman MJF at possibly All Out in Chicago. And Jericho's coming in wounded because if you saw what happened at Fyter Fest Night 1 last Wednesday night, Shawn Spears attacked Chris Jericho's arm that was dislocated by MJF after being thrown off the Blood and Guts cage by Maxwell Jacob Freeman. So Jericho's going to be coming in wounded, but he's looking to overcome these odds and get match number 1 out of the way and get ready for 4 more matches against 4 more different opponents with 4 different stipulations. And he's looking to finish it up with a little bit of the bubbly. So, coming from me in this one-on-one first ever meeting between these two and the first of the 5 laments of Jericho and the ongoing war between the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle. Oh man, this one's tough, but coming from me, I'm going to go with Le Champion himself, the God of War, Chris Jericho, to overcome the odds and defeat the chairman, Shawn Spears, by any means. And now the next matchup. It is for the AEW Women's Championship. Starting off with the challenger. She is the former AEW Women's Champion looking to make AEW history here. She'll be accompanied by the Excuse Me Queen Vicky Guerrero, and if you know her music, you'll know who I'm talking about. She is the native beast, Nyla Rose. And Nyla Rose is challenging the 4th reigning and defending AEW Women's Champion. She is professional wrestling's true role model. And if you know her music, you'll know who I'm talking about, baby. She is Dr.Britt Baker, DMD, baby. Now, this is only the second one-on-one meeting between Nyla Rose and Dr.Britt Baker, DMD. Now, Nyla Rose won the last meeting over Dr.Britt Baker back in the semifinals of the USA bracket of the AEW Women's Championship Tournament this past year. So this is the much-anticipated rematch. Now, starting off with Nyla Rose first, this is a huge opportunity for a chance to become the first ever 2-time AEW Women's Champion in AEW. And she's coming in with a lot of momentum after putting Dr. Britt Baker down with a powerbomb on a table. Nyla Rose is looking to make AEW history here. But I'm just going to say this right now. AEW, you know you have other women in this division, right? You have Hikaru Shida, you have Tai Conti, you have Big Swole, you have Penelope Ford, you have Yuka Sakazaki, you have Chris Statlander. You cannot keep giving these opportunities to Nyla Rose. I get it. She's a presence in this division, but you cannot keep giving her shots when you have other women in this division that are hungry to become AEW Women's Champions. But for me, this is her last opportunity at this Women's Championship. There is you have Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, looking to start her first reign as the AEW Women's Champion, and she's looking to make her first title defense a successful one. Now, Dr. Britt Baker won the belt from Hikaru Shida at Double or Nothing 3 in Jacksonville at Daly's Place, and if anyone deserved to be the AEW Women's Champion, it was Dr. Britt Britt Baker, DMD. I mean, have you seen the numbers on Dynamite because of Dr. Britt Baker? I mean, that crowd reaction at Double or Nothing 3 was amazing, and her reaction at Fyter Fest Night 1 was absolutely outstanding. That it garnered 1 million viewers for AEW Dynamite last week and Fyter Fest, even during an NBA Finals with the Bucks and the Suns. But Dr. Britt Baker is a draw in AEW, and she's got the 3 best letters in the business, DMD. And she's looking to make her first title defense here a successful one, and looking to beat Nyla Rose for the very first time. So coming from me in this huge matchup for the AEW Women's Championship between the Native Beast and wrestling's true one role model, I am going to go with the good doctor herself, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby, to retain the AEW Women's Championship by any means and defeat the Native Beast, Nyla Rose. And now, the main event. And this main event I am extremely excited for, because this is a Texas death match and a Wrestle Kingdom 14 rematch for the IWGP United States Championship. Starting off with the challenger. He is a former member of Suzuki Gun, Ichiban, and he is a former 3-time IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion, and he is the former IWGP United States Champion looking to regain the gold here. He will be accompanied by WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts, and if you know his music, you'll know who I'm talking about. He is the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer. And Lance Archer is challenging the 8th reigning and defending 2-time IWGP United States Champion. He is the former AEW World Champion, and if you know his music, now his old music, you'll know who I'm talking about. He is Jon Moxley. Now this is the 3rd one-on-one meeting between Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer, and Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley has won both meetings over Archer, and their last meeting was all the way back at AEW's first anniversary show on October 14th of last year for the AEW World Championship. Now these two last met in a Texas death match all the way back a year and a half ago at Wrestle Kingdom 14 in the Tokyo Dome, in which Jon Moxley defeated Lance Archer and won the United States title for the 2nd time, and he's been the champ ever since then. But this thing has been brewing ever since what happened in October of 2019, when it was supposed to be Lance Archer versus Jon Moxley for the United States for the United States title. But with the tsunami that hit in 2019, Jon Moxley could not make it. So this has been brewing for a very long time. And being this is in Lance Archer's hometown of Dallas, and it's a Texas death match, Lance Archer's coming in with a lot of momentum. But for me, this is must win for the Murder Hawk Monster, because ever since he lost that United States title over a year and a half ago in the Tokyo Dome in this same match, Lance Archer in AEW in title matches is not good. He is as cold as ice when it comes to AEW and title matches, because he's had opportunities at the TNT title and the AEW title, and he has lost every one of those matchups. But this matchup is definitely huge. Lance Archer has a chance to become a 2-time IWGP US champion and really shake up that resurgence show in Los Angeles at the Torch, where we will see the United States title be defended either by Lance Archer or Jon Moxley against either, and I'm really hoping, Tanahashi or Kenta. There's how you have Jon Moxley looking to continue his amazing run as the IWGP United States Champion, and he's looking to make his record-setting 6th title defense a successful one. Now, Moxley last defended this title at Fyter Fest Night 1 last Wednesday night on TNT against Carl Anderson, passing Kenny Omega with most successful United States Championship title defenses. But once again, a matchup that Moxley could definitely lose. I mean, I know a lot of people are hoping that this could be the time that Lance Archer finally wins, but it feels like New Japan Pro Wrestling won't let Moxley lose this belt on AEW. They want him to lose it on New Japan Pro Wrestling's grounds. And I feel like Jon Moxley is looking to once again prove that he is the man, he is the boogeyman of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's looking to put down Lance Archer for the 2nd time in his match, especially in his hometown. So coming from me, in only the 2nd Texas death match between these two, and a rematch from a year and a half ago's Wrestle Kingdom 14 for the IWGP United States title, this is maybe my toughest pick, because I either go with my heart in Lance Archer, or I go with my gut in Jon Moxley. Now, I'll just say this. If Jon Moxley loses this belt, it would be very shocking. But I wouldn't mind seeing Lance Archer the United States Champion again. In my opinion, Lance Archer should have never lost the U.S. title at Wrestle Kingdom 14 to Jon Moxley. That was his first singles title in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they had him lose it 2 months later. I mean, and then ever since then, his record in AEW, in title matches in AEW is not good. So this is a must-win. It's in his hometown of Dallas. It's a Texas death match. How can he lose? But then I look at Jon Moxley. I go with my gut. A guy who has been just getting better and better and better every time he defends this United States Championship. And it took an army just to take the AEW title away from him. It's going to take somebody amazingly spectacular to take this belt from Jon Moxley. So this pick is pretty much 50-50. I either go with my heart or I go with my gut. So coming from me, I wouldn't even be mad if I get this pick wrong, because if Lance Archer is the U.S. champion, I ain't going to complain, because I like Lance Archer. But coming from me, I am going to go with my gut and go with Jon Moxley to retain the IWGP United States Championship by any means and defeat Murder Hawk Monster Lance Archer in an absolute banger. And those are my AEW's Fyter Fest Night 2 2021 predictions. Now I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video today. Comment below, who do you see winning this huge Texas death match and a Wrestle Kingdom 14 rematch for the IWGP US title between Lance Archer and Jon Moxley? Who do you see walking out the US champ? I got Moxley retaining, but let me know, why do you think Lance Archer should win this matchup? And let me know who you got winning in the AEW Women's Championship matchup between Nyla Rose and Dr.Britt Baker, DMD, as well as who do you see winning that first matchup in the 5 Labors of Jericho between Jericho and Spears, and who do you see winning between Orange Cassidy and The Blade? Let me know all of your picks in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course reply right back to you, because comments and your opinions are absolutely always welcome on this channel. And I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we're just 3 subscribers away from the huge 900 subscriber mark. But YouTube tells me that nearly 60% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet. So let's change that, folks. If you're a fan of professional wrestling when it comes to AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, NXT, and the WWE, and you're a fan of professional sports when it comes to the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, the NFL, college football, and college basketball, super kick that subscribe button. It's free and become part of this bigger, dangerous alliance. I will see you guys later today for my official New Japan Pro Wrestling Summer Struggle in Osaka Night 1 2021 predictions. Sanada Zack Sabre Jr. 6 and Lord Taichi Naito 6. Later days, guys, and peace.